Hey, Visha. Hey, how you doing? Wanted to get on here to share a little bit of what God revealed to me in my devotion time this afternoon. I don't know about you guys, but today has been one of those days where it's been a little bit, it's been a little bit of a tough day today. It's been especially the latter part of the day, the afternoon. It's been it's been a rougher day, right? Can you tell Stephanie Palmer that she needs to be here? I believe this word is going to bless so many people. Believe it's going to bless so many people. Thank you so much. The day it's been emotional for me at least. But as I found myself, I did what I call just window shopping, getting an idea of feel for, things when I move. And I will say that was probably the highlight of this day. Being able to just go and view stuff. Didn't buy anything. But it was one of those moments where it was encouraging. Because, I don't know about you guys, but decorating can be a very expensive thing. And some of the things that, hey, Stephanie, some of the things that I had been looking at online, they were expensive. And so this evening was one of those moments when God said, hey, go to Home Goods. And I found out that, man, Lord, a lot of the stuff that I was seeing online is here. Not as expensive. Blessings, Miss Allen. And as I got home, I asked God a very genuine, a very real question, because it had been such a tough day for me. It had been a tough day where I just felt like certain things that, apart from the home, certain things that I'm believing God for, like it's just never going to happen. Like I was feeling that way. Anybody else ever felt that way? Like you have those encouraging, days where you feel super encouraged. And then you have those days where you just absolutely feel like, Lord, is it ever going to happen? It seemed like I'm waiting. And, it get to a point where you almost feel like, God, it feels like, this thing is so far off. Like maybe it's not meant for me. And I know that, those thoughts stem from, me being overwhelmed, me feeling alone, feeling like I have so much to do, feeling like literally apart from God physically. It's just me having to do every single thing and knowing what my desires are, knowing what, hey, blessings to you, knowing what I'm believing God for. And so on my drive home, and as I was just, in the house, I didn't do no packing today, y'all. But I asked the Lord, because it had been such a tough day. I said, Lord, why do we have, a mixture of like those days where we're encouraged, where we are full of faith, and then it be like the next day, I'm struggling to hold on. Anybody ever thought about that? Today was like the first time I just simply asked God, hey, Sabrina. I said, Lord, because I really wanted to know for me. Because I said, Lord, just earlier this week, it's been a tough week, period. But I'm like, how is it that I go from feeling so encouraged to feeling so very torn, feeling like I'm not going to make it? I was curious because I know that I'm not the only person that deals with that. We all do. And you want to know God's response to me? It was one of them like I couldn't say nothing else after his response. The Lord told me, he said, the reason why my children have days where they're good And then they have those days where they feel like, you know, it's going to take forever. He said because they're discontent. Wow. He said the reason for it is that on the not so good days, they become discontent. And he said, child, I want you to think about it. On the days where you feeling like full of faith, the days where you're feeling like this thing is going to happen, the days where you can look around you and see signs of the new thing, signs of the promise, he says, those are the days where you have learned to become content with where you are while you wait. God straight up told me that. He said, yeah, the days where your faith is high, yeah, those are the days where you're content, right? You're content. You ain't like settling, but you're content. You're grateful where you are while you wait, right? For what's to come. And he told me, he said, it's that gratitude. He said, it's that gratitude on those days that opens your eyes up to see the many confirmations around you. He said, yeah, when you're content, you're also at a state of gratitude. There's a level of gratitude on those days. Think about it. Where you are just so very grateful. You are literally, you're grateful. And it's like the more grateful you become, the more you're able to see what God is doing. You're able to see the signs. But it's like when you're discontent, when you're ungrateful, when you ain't trying to, hear God say that, you're where you are for a reason. You know how he tries to encourage us. He does encourage us. He doesn't try, he does. But it's like on those days, that level of discontentment, it blinds us from seeing what we would see if we were in a state of gratitude. Right? Right? I want y'all to think about it. Now, today was a rough day for me. One of the things I'm believing God for, or two of them, is family restoration and marriage. And like today, it's like because I was so discontent, because if I can be real, it was one of those situations where I was starting to feel like I don't want to do this whole process by myself, God. Listen, that was me. Like, I understand I'm getting ready to move into a new season, but I don't want to do all this preparation for that, like the packing and everything else, by myself. So it's like in that moment, that mindset, it made me discontent. And because I was discontent, it opened the door for the enemy to taunt me. Where literally I'm like, just the other day, I could look around and see evidence of what you're doing. I'm grateful. I'm encouraged, even though I'm tired. God, I'm working, doing the things you need me to do. Right? But it's like, today it was just everywhere I looked, instead of confirmations, it was torment. It was a reminder that I'm alone. And even though I tried to encourage myself, it wasn't encouragement that I needed. It wasn't encouragement that I needed. It was gratitude. It was a level of contentment. Contentment doesn't mean I settle, but contentment means, God, I can be happy where I am while I strive for more, while I believe you for more, while I obey you. And I believe that there are so many people, that are right where I've been today. Maybe this has been one of those weeks where it's just been overly emotional, where you've just really, you've been discontent. For some of y'all, it's like apostle. It feel like I ain't hardly had any good days this week. Like, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle to have joy, a struggle to do what I need to do. I found myself complaining more than I usually complain. And it's like everywhere you look, it's a reminder, right? That you're not at the place that you're believing God to take you. And so it's like with every single reminder, you become even more bitter. You become even more unreceptive to there comes a point when we in discontentment, right? Where we become unreceptive to God's encouragement. We become unreceptive to God leaving the 99 to come and get us. Because we want to be mad. We want to pout. We want to throw temper tantrums. We want to have these emotional outbursts as if that's going to move God's hand. Right? I pray that I'm making sense. And so it's like when we don't receive him coming for us, when we don't receive that, we feel the weight of a circumstance, the weight of a season that we were never meant to feel. So it's like in that moment you start to see your cup as half empty instead of half full. We become just like the children of Israel. That was ultimately what happened. They were so discontent in the wilderness, even though they knew it was a temporary place. Kind of how the process that many of us are in right now, we know that it's temporary. Meaning we know that it's subject to change. We know what God has promised us. But many of us are just like the children of Israel. We've been just like them this week, maybe the past few weeks for you. Some of y'all have been having bursts of this since the new year began because you had certain expectations and you feel like, God, I'm still waiting and nothing has shifted. So what happens is many of us we've become just like them. God say go left, we go right. Because God, I've been doing it your way. It ain't happened. So let me go right. You say go left, I'm going the opposite way. Not knowing that if we keep on going that way, not only will we not get to the destination, but we won't have the fruit of the Spirit. We won't have joy. We won't have peace. And because we don't have the fruit of the Spirit, we'll feel beat down. We'll feel weak. We'll feel like we can't go on, like we can't wait any further. Am I making sense? But I really had a concern today. Because I'm like, Lord, this ain't normal. Why can't I be happy and in faith and encouraged every single day? I'm like, God, I got so much to be grateful for. How am I tripping over the fact that I'm having to do it myself? Like the packing. How can I felt bad. How can I even get to a point where I feel like I'm complaining and I'm not trying to? And the Lord straight up told me, discontentment. And discontentment, it is like the breeding grounds for a person to become discouraged, disobedient, disillusioned, dishonorable, and even disrespectful towards God. Somebody tell your neighbor, get it together. Somebody tell your neighbor to get it together. Get it together and be content. And I was really taken aback by God's response. Because I didn't think that his response was going to be that. I didn't think his response was going to be that. I'm going to be real. I don't know what I thought, but that wasn't the response I thought he was going to give me. It wasn't. It absolutely wasn't. But I'm grateful for that response. Because I knew what God was ultimately saying was, be grateful. I knew what he was telling me was, hey, be grateful. I know it's tough. I know it's been rough. I know you have some concerns. But I knew what he was saying ultimately was be grateful. I knew it. He was straight up telling me, be grateful. Yeah, that's what he was telling me, to be grateful. I knew what he was saying is that if you want to feel better, start by being grateful. Start by seeing your half as half full instead of half empty. I knew that what he was saying was, listen, be content where you are while you wait. Be content right here while you wait. Be content right where you are while you wait. And I believe that that's the word that he wants me to give some of you guys today. Be content while you wait. Be content. You want to have more good days? More days where you are encouraged, feeling good? It starts with learning to master the art of contentment. Ooh. God amazes me. He always has more than one way, more than 10 ways to get us together. When I say he got me together, y'all. He didn't even make me wait on that answer. I didn't even expect a response to that question. All I knew is, God, I really have a genuine question. I don't have any motives, like I'm trying to understand. Why can't I have, good days, right? Why can't I have all? The Lord straight up told me, you're not content. You had a bad day because you were not content today. You weren't content any of this week. If I can be real, I wasn't. And he said it affected you. It opened the door for the enemy to literally come in like a flood. It opened the door. And that was why everywhere I looked, it felt like the devil was targeting me. It felt like I couldn't get away from certain things, certain feelings. I'm being real here. It felt that way. It absolutely felt that way. Be content. Be content. Be content. Be content. I know it's rough. I know it's been tough. I know it's been hard. Just be content. Come on. Stop trying to see. Stop seeing your cup as half empty. Be content. Whew. Talk about got me together. Says, say less, Lord. Say less. Say less, Lord. I hear you. And you know how we slip over into discontentment? It's because we start thinking about all the things we don't have. We start thinking about all the ways that we feel we're struggling, right? We start thinking about all of that we lose sight of the right now. But to be content, it requires that we live in the right now. It requires that we focus on how blessed we are, how far we've come, how we focus on the fact that our lives have grown. Even though we may still be waiting on certain things, everyone can say that their life to a certain degree looks drastically different than it did 2 years ago, than it did 3 years ago, than it did 4 years ago, 5, 6, so on. And if I can be real, I was focusing on every single thing that I didn't have. I was focusing on the future, comparing the future to what I felt I didn't have right now. I was judging my future based off of my right now. Whew. Like, think about that. What if God allowed that to happen? How we judge our future based on the right now. What if that dictated our future? Whew. What if that dictated our future? Boy, would we be messed up. We would be straight up messed up from the flow up. And I mean that. It would be no good. It would literally be no good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad God don't do that to us. I am so glad that he does not do that to us. I'm so glad he doesn't let us. Come on. I wish I had somebody. You ain't got to be glad, but I am glad. Whew. Boy, 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 boy. Be content. I don't know what else to say to that. Be content. That's it. Somebody tell your neighbor, be content. Focus on the now. What do you have? How has God blessed you? How? How has he prospered you? How does your life differ than where you were 3 years ago? Be content. Listen, I'm trying. I am doing it. Focus on the now, because God's got the future. Ooh, there's a piece that's here. Focus on the now, because Abba's got the future. Focus on the now, because God's got the future. Ooh, Focus on the now, because God's got the future. I'm going to say it again. Focus on the now, because God's got the future. Focus on the now. I'm going to wait till somebody types that in. Focus on the now, because God's got the future. Ooh. Focus on the now, because God's got the future. Focus on the now. You can't think that way, Miss Edna. Focus on the now, because God's got the future. He's got it. He's got it. We have to try. We have to try, y'all. We have to try. He ain't asking that it's perfect. But you know how we get there? We have to start checking ourselves. And being content doesn't mean that I'm not believing God for more. But being content means, God, I'm okay while I wait. It means I can be happy while I wait. I can be grateful while I wait. I can see the positives in where I am while I wait. Hello, somebody. All of this came from a simple question. God, why are our days so bipolar? I'm just calling it what it is. Y'all know. Sometimes our days be feeling real bipolar. One day I'm up, the next day I'm down. One day I'm up, the next 2 days I'm down. And you know, the reason I ask that is because I know that it's God's will for us to enjoy every single day. And I don't know about y'all, but I genuinely want to enjoy every day. I don't want to be down. I don't want to be down. I want to be happy while I wait. I want to be grateful while I wait. I want to feel good while I wait. I want to be encouraged while I wait. I want to be encouraged. I want to look around and see the confirmations around me. I want to be able to receive the Lord's confirmations. I don't want to waver in faith. I don't want to waver in faith. I don't want to waver in faith. I want it to be what it's supposed to be. Ooh. But maybe that's just me. But I know, God, I'm trying to stay the course. I ain't trying to give up. I'm trying to be exactly where you need me to be in the faith zone. In the faith zone, y'all. In the faith zone. In the faith zone. In the faith zone. There are some of y'all that need to sow on tonight. That's all I can say. Seven is the number. 7 is the number. Whether it's 7 cents, whether it's $7, there's one person that needs to sow 77. Whether it's 77, whether it's 700, you let God lead you. We're all trying, Mrs. Etna. We all trying. We are all trying. But we have to keep trying. 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 It gets rough, but we have to keep trying to focus on what's good. There are 7 more people that need to sow seed into this word. I don't know who you are, and I shouldn't have to call you out. 7 is the seed number. Be content is the seed title. Be content. Is there anyone on here that needs to be sown for? Is there anyone on here that needs to be sown for? I believe there's one person. I think we've all been there, Miss Allen. I know I have so many times. That's why I can't judge how she feels, because I get it. I get it. But you know, that's where those remember when moments come in at. And sometimes that's easier said than done. But like, you really got to get in the habit. And sometimes you have to force yourself to get in the habit of just literally choosing to see what's going right with your life. And not judging what's going right in your life based off of what you want God to do in your life. Because I think a lot of times that's what happens. We compare, you know. Compare it right now to the future, and there's no comparison. It's no comparison. It's no comparison. It's no comparison. It's one person that needs to be sown for. Who are you? Please do not hesitate if you know you need to be sown for. Whatever it is, Sheila Washington, if you're still here, God is going to do it right on time. He's going to do it right on time. He is going to do it right on time. He's going to do it. Old promises are about to start materializing right before your eyes. It's gonna happen. Do I have anyone that can sow for Visha? Her seed number needs a 70 in it. Whether it's 70 cents, whether God tell you to sow $70, her seed just needs a 70 in it. Do I have anyone that can sow for her? If you can sow for her, just say God is faithful. Amen. Whew. I pray that this has blessed y'all. It has blessed me. Listen. Changed my whole attitude. It's like God gave me some act right. Said, Lord, I never want to be ungrateful. He's too good. He's too good. And I'm going to be real. It's like the moment that God said that, it's like all of a sudden, it made me want to pack. Like, okay, God, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to be ungrateful. God. I didn't mean to be discontent. Like, I'll pack, God. I will pack. He says tomorrow, but I'm like, God, you ain't going to have no more lip. No more lip out of me doing what I need to do. No more lip. I'll do it willingly, Abba. I will do it willingly, Abba. Hello, somebody. I'll do it willingly. And I'll be grateful while I wait. Listen, if you need prayer for anything, prayer.thoughtsbyt@gmail.com is the way to send your prayer requests. To those that are sowing, the seed title is just Be Content While You Wait. Alyssa Baker, I don't know why God wants me to tell you this, but you need to sow your best seed into this word. I don't know why, but he says it was for you. But that's it, y'all. I love y'all. I am rooting for you guys. So until next time, y'all. And I'm be real. Just like I gotta, do some more repenting, because today was not it. This week was not it. There are some of y'all right now where you got some repenting to do, where you need to just go and say, God, you're right. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I repent. And make it right. That's the broadcast, y'all. Love y'all. I'm rooting for you. So until next time, y'all. Peace.